the weather this time of year in the South? Perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Take a look at the defense for these Texans. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a second down and 6. Now the first running back taken back in April, the former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Ready.
Ritter on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Ritter. That's out wide here for Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Ritter back to throw. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Falcons are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Ritter now. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season and making that same field goal win.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A man coming off a great rookie year. It's Dameon Pierce. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They brought the house that time with a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And it's some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back to throw, Ritter. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Hollins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead. Now the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At their own 18-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, Ritter. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ready.
He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Shoves him away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't land in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Ritter will set up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. A give left side to Robinson. Avoids him at the 40. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ready, set.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Ready.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Come on, set.
2nd and 10.
Ready.
Here's Ritter. And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordell Patterson, 35 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and he wondered if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Stroud off the play fake. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Rashad Evans. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, Barbara, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Ritter with it after the play fake. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. yards there and a Falcon first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Ritter to throw it. One, but incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They already had the early lead and they get the interception, Charles, and now they have 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Stroud on 3rd down now. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Ritter. Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here is third down and 4. Ritter off to play fake. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Stroud looking to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud here on third and long. He gets this one to Mechie. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. Stroud repeated the last play, going to Mechie here. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of the first. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't ready yet today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point by Crew, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. This will be complete to Mechie.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Great to celebrate every play from Mechie in his 2nd season. Was diagnosed with leukemia 3 months after being drafted and missed his rookie season. Back now, one of the most inspirational stories in the NFL.
Check mash, check mash.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Let's go.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, smash Bronco! Ready?
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Stroud.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Here's Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Got it. Ready? Three.
Now a handoff up the middle. Merritt. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now Stroud.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
He's into space past the 25.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a good. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. A 45-yard punt for there on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Stroud to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Throwing now is Stroud. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And an official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 15 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
John Mechie.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. They'll have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Ready.
So they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson.
Cordero Patterson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he'll go down at the 28. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against the top 5 defensive